Welcome to our e-open day. All right. If you are parents or students who are logging in this morning, yeah, a very good morning and welcome to MCKL again. Yeah. So basically, this morning I'm just going to spend a few minutes very quickly to actually share with you about the future learning for youth. Yeah. As you may aware, the world is changing so fast. And in fact, thanks to COVID as well, where it has actually accelerated, the entire process of digitization of many processes and also the way we live our life. All right. Yeah. So let me just quickly share my slide with you. All right. Now, basically, the first terminology that I would like to share with you all this morning will be, let me see. Okay, it's the word or it's the phrase called Industrial Revolution. I believe some of you may have heard about this. If not, maybe this is something new that you can learn this morning. Now, very often we heard about this term Industrial Revolution or maybe IR 4.0. So we may know or we may not know what is it really all about. So maybe it's good for us to have the background knowledge or put things in context. Now, the Industrial Revolution actually started way back in the 18th century. I'm not going to go into all the details. It's just for you to really know what is going on. So in the 18th century, so the first Industrial Revolution happens when actually steam and water power was introduced back then. All right, so it actually transformed the entire practices and procedures during that time. Then almost about 100 years later, in the 19th century, again, the industry went through another revolution, or we call it the second wave, where this time is the use of electrical power, and the entire assembly lines has gone through a huge transformation at that time. Now, then not too long ago, the last century, it was during my time, not your time. I think that this morning, if you are students, most of you are actually in the new century, or we call it the millennials. So you may not know what happened in the last century, probably a few decades ago. So 20th century is where I was still in school, and at that time, my peers or my friends, so everyone was rushing into electronics, IT and all that. So that was the time where people we call a lot of electronics industry or companies were setting up in Malaysia, especially in Penang, even in KL as well. There are some major these are electronics company around, because that was the entire trend at that time. So now, fast forward, we are in the 21st century. So I'm sure you're aware the way we live, the way we do things are so much different. We are very much into automation. So we are dealing with robots, and you heard terms like cloud computing and things like that. So this is basically what we call the IR 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution. Now, to zoom in a little bit about what is the component in IR 4.0, as you can see, of course, you can Google more information. Now, this is just a snapshot about the main components in the IR 4.0. So as you can see here, I mentioned just now about automation, cloud computing, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, AR, which is augmented reality. And we can also, on the other side, have this big data analytics. So these are all the components or the practices that is going to happen in this new century. In fact, it's happening now, right? Especially this year. I think the entire process, has actually accelerated so much, due to the many constraints and restrictions during the movement control order. Most of us will have to stay home, and probably you have to study online, all right? So these are all the things that's happening right now. And moving forward in the future, another 5-10 years, these are all the areas that will become very common in the workplace, okay? Now, therefore, what are the implications implication of this fourth industrial revolution. So definitely we are going to look at two areas. Now, according to this report from World Economic Forum published early of this year, so the report has actually outlined 7 emerging professions clusters, as an implication for from this IR 4.0. Now, what are the 7 clusters as you can see on the slides over here? Now, first one, we are going to look at data and AI. That means artificial intelligence. You see, nowadays we talk about face recognition, voice recognition, all that. All this, is part and parcel of this AI. Now, of course, the next category we will see there is engineering and cloud computing. And the third category is people and culture. Now, as much as we actually progress into using technology, using automation, dealing with data and analytics, we must not forget as well the human component is still equally important. So it doesn't mean that these robots are going to replace a human in the world, but of course, robots can take over many of our these physical labor, and as well as maybe most of the connective labor. That means in terms of thinking, interpreting. Last time, the technology may not be able to do so, but now, there are a lot of smart systems that can help us, to interpret or to give us more insights about what is happening around us. But nevertheless, the human component is still irreplaceable. We still need the human brain, to connect with each other, to come up with creative ideas. So creativity, innovative are something that cannot be replaced by robots. So there's another cluster where we still need a lot of talent in the area of this management as well as leadership. Okay. Now, then the fourth category you can see is product development. I would not want to go into detail about that. I think the word speaks by itself. It's mainly designing or these manufacturing products that are relevant and also able to add values to mankind. Then you have sales, marketing, and content. I believe you are all very familiar, or maybe at least you heard about this word called digital marketing right now. Everyone is actually marketing their products online. Especially during this whole year, you see these lots and lots of advertisement on the social media. Then we also have another category called care economy. Now, care economy basically is referring to how we actually extend help and support to this group of people who need this special care. Either, regardless of the age group. Of course, specifically, we will normally think about the elderly group, but of course, there are other people, regardless of any group, any age group, maybe due to their special conditions, they require special support and special help. So this is another clusters, where we can see there is a rise, in demand, in the workplace. Now, the last one, of course, is green economy. Now, green economy, of course, we know, sustainable development is something very important. As we actually advance in technology, as the world progress, we need to look at how we can preserve our environment and how we can actually conduct good practices in various industries. Okay, so this is the first implication from IR 4.0. The entire job market is going to change. Those professions that used to be high in demand maybe is no longer that case anymore in the 21st century. Now, besides of these professionals clusters, another clusters that are reported in the same report is talking about the skill sets. So basically in that report, WEF, the World Economic Forum, outlined 5 major clusters. Of course, if you refer to many other reports, maybe they can outline a lot of different skill sets. But I personally find that this report actually put all these skill sets into 5 different categories, which make things very easy for us to actually zoom in, and also for us to actually specially look into it. Now, the first one, as you can see on the slide, is business skills. So everyone will definitely need to acquire certain basic business skills. Okay, like for example, project management, business development, regardless what background are you from. You could be from the science background, but when you enter to the job market, maybe your employers will expect certain skills in project management, because all of us cannot run away, from managing project in the workplace. So that is one category that we can see our graduates should prepare themselves. Okay. Now the second category maybe is a little bit more specialized, because that depends on what kind of industry that you are going into. If you are going into very much into healthcare, like I mentioned just now, the care economy, so definitely you need specific industry skills. For example, you need to know how to support the elderly group in terms of giving them some medical attention and things like that. So if your interest is very much into that area, then definitely you need to make sure you equip yourself with these specialized industry skills. There are skill sets that you need to actually operate certain machines and devices. Okay. Now the third one, all of us cannot escape from this, which is the general and soft skills. I believe even in the last century, this was mentioned so much. I think even in your schooling time as well. So none of us can escape from these soft skills, such as leadership, communication skills, problem-solving skills, creativity, conflict management, so many more. All right, because as I mentioned just now, we cannot escape from dealing with people. So automation, robots is one thing, but we are still working with people in our day-to-day life. So leadership, is something that we should always, place an emphasis, to develop ourselves. Okay, the fourth one is tech baseline skill. This is also another very important findings from this report. As you can see, regardless any background, in the future, the job market will actually expect any graduates or any employees at least will have some basic computer literacy. Meaning to say, you are expected to at least know how to use those Microsoft productivity suites. Like for example, your Microsoft Word, Excel, so on and so forth, or PowerPoint is something very basic. All right. Now, alongside with other industry-specific application, okay. For example, you will know how to actually use social media. That is something very basic. You know how to post video. But I think the millennials now, you guys are very, very good into that. Me from the last century, I have to struggle to learn all this. Okay, so that is one area, computer skills. Okay, now the last one is tech disruptive skills. As I mentioned just now, you heard a lot of these new terminologies such as data science, cloud computing, cybersecurity, so on and so forth. So these are things that are happening right now, and we're going to live with it whether we like it or not. For the next few decades, it's going to be there. Okay. Now, having said that, now we understand. I have mentioned about the IR 4.0, and we can see these are the implications in the job market, and how are we going to prepare ourselves for the future. And therefore, in the context of MCKL, how are we embracing this kind of change, and what are we doing in helping you, the future learners, to prepare, for the job market, maybe another 3 to 4 years down the road after you finish your high school. Now, let's zoom in. Now, in MCKL, there are two initiatives that we have started throughout this whole year. The first one is we set up this Digital Education Unit, which is DEU. Now, Digital Education Unit mainly is actually looking for external parties to offer the in-demand curriculum or skill sets to prepare our students. So regardless of what program you are in with MCKL, whether in the pre-U, diploma, or even the degree program, now you have this opportunity to equip yourself with digital skills through the first line that you can see, ICDL, which is International Certification of Digital Literacy. So it's an external organization where they certify digital skills or digital literacy of either students or working adults. It's a worldwide recognized organization. They have wide range of these modules, ranging from Microsoft Offices until maybe the most in demand or most what do you call that, the latest skills such as cloud computing. Another one that's coming soon, which is blockchain. Yeah, these are all the modules, the up-to-date modules that they are offering. So our students will have the opportunity to take up all these modules, sit for the certification test, and get themselves certified. And that will add values to your resumes, upon graduate from whatever academic program that you are undergoing. And this becomes very important. I must emphasize this because your future employers are not only going to look at your academic qualification. Yeah, that is the fact. Sorry to say, everyone has almost equal academic qualification. So what is going to make you, stand up among your peers? That is something that we need to look into, or you need to consider. All right. Now, the second recognition or this certification program that we are looking at is offered by Amazon Web Services Academy, or in short, AWS Academy. Now, AWS Academy is specialized in cloud computing, and definitely the curriculum is very much, practical and related to the practices in the current industry. So anyone must have a little bit knowledge about cloud computing. Yeah, as I mentioned just now, is considered the tech disruptive skills that expected among all of us. Okay, yeah. So under DU, we have these two certification programs which can help our or prepare our graduates before they leave NCKL and join the workforce. Now, the second initiative that we have started in MCKL is to set up this homegrown program under the Department of Future Education. And currently, I'm overseeing this department. Now, we are glad to announce that in 2021, we have received this approval from Malaysian Qualification Agency, MQA, and the Ministry of Higher Education to launch these two new programs. Yeah, we are looking at May intake, which is Diploma in Computer Science, specializing in data science. Now, as you can see, Diploma in Computer Science is not something new in the market. Yeah, many institutions has been offering that. But what differentiates us compared to the market is the curriculum. Because when we design the curriculum, we put much emphasis into data science. Yeah, that is the key differentiator. Now, similarly, the second diploma that we are launching by May 2021, hopefully, which is Diploma in Information Technology. And this time, we want to specialize in Internet of Things. Now, some of you may not really know or understand what are we going to study in Internet of Things. Are we just going to spend, that 2.5 years studying just about this thing called Internet? No. Yeah, there are actually much more things in this Internet of Things. Yeah, you can actually read up more about that online. I would not want to go into details, but I think today, by the very last session, we have Mr. Ong, one of our lecturer in our college, is going to share with you what is this data science and Internet of Things all about. Yeah, it's very interesting, and it's really the now and the future things, yeah, in our world that which all of us cannot escape. Okay. Now, for today's talk, I'm just going to zoom into this special short course that we have designed, which is called FLY program. Yeah, FLY stands for Future Learning for Youth. So what we are going to do now is very simple. If you are SPM students, I know by end of March, you are finishing your SPM. Okay, So whatever it is, no problem, just get it done. All right. Now then, for those of you who would like to maybe just take a break and really explore what are your interests, what would you like to do in the future, maybe this fly program is something for you to consider. Now, it's a 6-week short course that I mentioned here on the slide. It started from 5th April until 14 May, 6 weeks. Now, what are you going to do in these 6 weeks is we will actually help you to get at least 2 certifications from ICDL. Remember, I mentioned ICDL is an international organization that certifies digital skills. All right. So our students can do 2 modules, yeah, from ICDL and get themselves certified in that 6 weeks. And at the same time, of course, we would like you to experience college life. So we also have a few modules emphasizing on the leadership and also the soft skills development. So the entire 6 weeks is going to help you not only to acquire digital skills that are going to benefit you for life, because the certification has no expiry date. So you can forever put that in your resume, and that will bring values when you go for interview in the future. Now, at the same time, we do not want to forget or neglect the character development or your personal development. Therefore, we also want you to spend some time in the college, to develop your soft skills, your interpersonal and intrapersonal skills. Okay. Now, let me zoom into the ICDL modules. These are the 4 modules that we are going to offer under this FLY program, and you can choose minimum 2 modules. So the first one is information literacy. Very simple. Yeah, we all now live in the information rich but discernment poor era. Every day you are flooded with a lot of information on the social media or internet. So how are we going to discern which information are real information? They are not fake news. These are really the major discussion or the major skills that we need to pick up. So you're going to learn that in this module called information literacy, which is going to be helpful. It's very, very helpful in either your academic studies later on or even in your future work, because you are not going to cite something which is not true and tell your boss, hey, I got this data, but actually it's not real. Your boss is going to fire you, man. Okay, the next one is advanced document. Simple. Yeah, how are you going to prepare report in a proper and professional way? Yeah, not as in a very casual or creative way. Yeah, so you're going to learn that in this module called advanced document. Spreadsheets, yes. How are you going to use Microsoft Excel to process data? You see, we have already mentioned IR 4.0 is basically the era that we are dealing with data. So we cannot run away from facing data, even though you may claim that, okay, I'm not a number person, I don't like to see numbers, but somehow basic skills is still expected from you. So maybe it's good to learn at least from this module called spreadsheets. Yeah, more elementary level. Then for those who maybe want to specialize later on or to pick up more advanced skills in data analysis, the last module is data analytics, is something that you may consider. But bear in mind here, if you want to do data analytics, you must actually sign up together with spreadsheets, because you will need thorough skills, all right, in spreadsheets in order to do the modules in data analytics. Okay, so these are the 4 modules that we are offering. You are required to sign up at least 2. But if you want to sign up more, it's okay. Any additional modules that you are signing up, there will be an additional cost of 550 ringgit per module. All right. Otherwise, whatever you pay for the program is for 2 modules. All right. Now, on top of that, we are giving out complimentary modules. Yeah, we all like free stuff, right? Okay, so free stuff. This one actually from complimentary from ICDL. So it's very, very good news, especially for MCQL students only. Now, they have these 2 latest modules, but these 2 modules are totally online, self-study. Okay, so students can actually choose either cloud computing or Internet of Things. Now, bear in mind, these are all at very introduction level. Without any background in cloud computing and Internet of Things is fine. Yeah, it's basically for you to experience or really understand what is cloud computing and what is Internet of Things all about. So I believe it's something good, especially if you would like to explore these two areas before considering whether our new diplomas are something that you would like to sign up. So cloud computing and Internet of Things, I won't go into the details as I mentioned. Probably later in this today, you can listen to Mr. Ong, our lecturer, to talk more about these two areas. All right. So basically, I think that is what I would like to share with you this morning. Now, if you would like to sign up for this program, you can always contact our admission department. They will guide you through, and you can actually get more details from them as well. All right. Back